I don't know what happened. I have to rebroadcast this because I found no volume. And I think because I had my headsets on this morning and did some dictation. So I'm doing this again. I was supposed to go live 5 minutes ago, but I signed on. But anywho, I'm back. Hey, it's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger. How are you on this beautifully blessed Tuesday? We have another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose entitled SEO and Podcasting. So today we're going to talk about how you're going to be found on the internet, the World Wide Web, because as a blogger, search engine optimization is our lifeblood, especially because there's over 600 million blogs out there. How do we stand out? How are we going to be found when someone Googles us? Google is now a noun and a verb. And I had a question. Have you Googled yourself lately? If you haven't, you should. You need to find out what's out there, especially now that you're home and you're increasing your digital footprint, which is what I talk to our students about. You're posting so much now. You better be careful that people are not only tagging you, but they're stealing your identity. I had a friend that told me that some duplicate account her. So check out what's happening in the internet now, and especially that you're on there. The kids are on there. Make sure that they are putting out things that should be put out and not anything that they shouldn't. And that's a whole nother curriculum that I have created for our students. Be aware of what you share online. But we're not going to talk about that today. Today, we're going to talk about search engine optimization. That's right. SEO, how you are found online. How are you appearing when people do a Google search? For example, if someone was searching on how to create or how to boil an egg, type in how to boil an egg, you're going to probably get all these content, all these blog posts. You're going to get the videos. You might have something about Easter egg hunts and things like that. So we want to make sure that your keywords and your title or your keywords in your description is reflective of what your podcast is about. Because now that podcasting is increasing, people know what a podcast is. 95% Americans podcast. People are listening to podcasts. Podcasts are popping up every day. Politicians, lawyers, preachers, teachers, families, parents, everyone is creating a podcast. And there's over 1 million podcasts already on Apple. So when someone gets their smartphone and they do a search or they get to the app, whatever listening platform they have, how are they going to find your podcast? That's how you want to make sure that your keywords are showing up in not only the title, but also in the description. And when they land on your podcast, remember what we talked about yesterday, your trailers and your theme song. So once they land on your podcast, you want to make sure that it's something that's going to hook them in and keep them there. So again, keywords are very important. I have a list of keywords. And podcast, was once upon a time someone said, don't put the word keyword. Don't put the keyword podcast in your title. How it works. If I'm searching podcast, I want to make sure that the word podcast shows up. So yes, if it's about a marriage podcast, relationship podcast, comedy podcast, have it someplace in your description so that when people are searching for particular podcasts, i.e. Delaware Blogger Podcast, it'll pop up in the search engines. And don't overstuff your keywords because Google doesn't like that. When you're creating your description, like I said, how to boil an egg, don't put in something like how to boil an egg using duck eggs when you only have brown eggs and it comes from a chicken eggs, 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 eggs. Sound like an episode from the game. Remember that episode? Mm-hmm. Well, anywho, I digress. So make sure that you do have the keywords in there. And in your title, which is about 50 to 60 characters, if you cannot put it in your title, make sure you put it in your description because your description is a lot more words. And if you create a blog, which I suggest you have a blog and or a website, but I'm going to talk about blogging for your podcast. Create a blog for your podcast. That becomes your portal. That's your foundation. That's where not only all your episodes can be found if you add them, but also the description of them. And a blog post is very, very shareable. Once you're writing blog posts, people are reading your content, and your content has to be good, not crap, because Google doesn't like crap and people don't like reading crap. And like I said, content is king. Let your readers and your listeners wear the crown, meaning make it shareable, likable, trustable, because when it comes time to monetizing, then people will start to buy from you. So make sure that your content is good and it's shareable. And if you're sharing it, people on those free platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, all that is going to give you more juice, more Google juice, so that Google will more likely say, okay, people are sharing this content. This must be good content. So when someone's searching for this content using these keywords, I'm going to show them this first on the first page, not on the 10th page. Again, search engine optimization. Make your content good. Make it shareable using those keywords. Don't overstuff those keywords. And when you're creating your blog post, again, about 300 words is good. And make sure you always include an image. That's right, an image, because we, again, have the attention span that less of a goldfish. So once you've embedded the link directly to your podcast, there should be an image. And that alt text on that image should be what it's about. Again, the Google bots read text. They don't read pictures. So you need to put in what is the picture of. So if it's a picture of you, then you can say, Delaware Blogger podcast photo or something like that. So when people are searching for it, it'll show up. Blogging is the best way to have that, your podcast to be found. And again, basic blogging tips for beginners. This is my book, $9.99. You can go to the dellblogger.com website, right? You can order it, or you can order it from me with the bundle, Podcasting Your Purpose, together, only $26. And I am, matter of fact, I'm going to be leaving here shortly. I'm going to put on my mask, my homemade mask, because today is Tuesday and Governor Carney said effective today, you have to wear a mask anytime you're out in the public. So I made this mask. I'm going to be out in the public, and I may be the last time I'm out in the public, because I'm going to probably start printing my own stamps and stuff from home as opposed to going to the post office. But I'm going to head out to the post office to mail out. I've got about 6 or 7 packages that I need to mail out as well. So if you are interested in the book, if you're interested in learning more about podcasting or blogging, send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com so that we can get to Wi-Fi, which I am because my son is hardwired, but I'm pretty good here. So I hope that you see this anyway. So anywho, when search engine optimization, how you're found on the internet, keywords in your title and your description, your show notes. Okay. You should have your show notes transcribed. You can transcribe them yourself, or you can have a company to transcribe them. You can hire someone to transcribe them. You can have your spouse transcribe them, your kids, whatever, but have those in your blog post so that people know what the episode is about. Social sharing. Again, use those free platforms to promote your podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. Use those free platforms to drive people to your podcast, drive people to your blog, drive people to your website, and even drive them to your brick and mortar if you do have a store. All your images, again, include images in your show notes, in your blog post, because we have the attention span that less of a goldfish. So we need to see bright and shiny objects. Make sure that the alt text, which is what you do use to describe that photo, it contains a keyword as well. If you have guests, get their social sites and ask them to share it as well, or you share theirs. And again, you're increasing your visibility on the internet, on the World Wide Web. More likable, trustable, more likable, trustworthy, and reliable, and people will buy from you when it comes time to monetize your blog. So again, I don't know what happened earlier. I put that up and then it went back down, and I don't know. It's Tuesday. So if you're interested in the Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners book, that's available $9.99. You can order that directly from my website, or you can send me an email, which is right there, info@ablakeenterprises.com. If you want the book bundle, which also contains the Podcasting Your Purpose book, and it goes through, remember, it goes through a lot of information here. It starts out from what is a podcast, why start a podcast, the power of podcasting, planning a podcast, podcasting like a pro, podcasting for profit, podcasting hosting plans. Again, I am with Elite Conversations Radio and Podcast, and you can listen to my podcast, Blog Your Way to a Business Profit, every Wednesday at 1. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about, what are we going to talk about on my podcast? We did the 3 Ps, the 3 Cs, the ABCs, content creation. I forgot. Got to tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Podcasting free on Anchor FM. You've got the schedule, 42 pages. Again, the book bundle. I'm going to head out and get that to you. I got 6 orders out there. I'm going to put on my mask. Governor Carney said, wear your mask when you're out in the public. And again, search engine optimization, how you are found. And that can be used to make you rise up. Again, there's over 1 million podcasts alone on Apple, iTunes. So, you want to get out there, you want to be found. And again, podcasting is a great way, not only for you to share, if you're an author, share a book. If you're a preacher, you can share your services. If you're a business owner, you can stay connected with a private podcast with your employees and your other peers and industry leaders. So podcasting is a great way in which to increase and expand your brand online. And I need for you to thumbs up this video, subscribe to this channel, share it. Head over to dellblogger.com. And again, if you are interested in any type of training, coaching, I am always available. I can, I can meet with you online, on Zoom, however you want to do it. And then when this pandemic is over, we can get together at a later time. So if you're looking for Blog Your Way to a Business Profit, that's tomorrow at 1. Let me give you my link tree. This is my link tree ID, and it will give you all my social media platforms. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful Tuesday. Stay smart, stay safe, and stay social from a distance, because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger. Have a beautifully blessed day. See ya.